The black rose shall bloom once more.
What's up guys, Eterno here, and today I'm going to show you how to play LeBlanc on the mid lane. Let's go with Dance Ring and W first, and we're gonna play against Sylas. Also I do coaching which can help you improve and climb on ranked faster, so if you are interested you can contact me on Discord by sending a direct message in the video description. And let's get to LeBlanc's skill explanation, so we're gonna start with W. This is a dash that deals magic damage, and after dashing you have 4 seconds to return. So the first combo you should be doing is auto attack W and auto to trigger electrocute. And after LeBlanc's rework, you can do Q and W at once. For this to work on some keyboards you have to press your W twice. Select your Q and W twice, and that way you should be able to cast both at once. You just need to make sure you're in range. So I'm gonna show you now. He's going for that last hit. See? Okay. So you also wanna pay attention to your own minion's HP, and then you're gonna know when an enemy is going for the last hit, and you can trade, because that means the enemy will get closer. So once more you might go for this CS. Usually you wanna return immediately to take less amount of damage. And now we're gonna hop onto another game, as I wanted to show a good example on how you should be trading, especially against ranged, and this game will be against a melee matchup. So I'm gonna keep explaining the way LeBlanc's abilities work, and as I mentioned before, you wanna Q and W at once, but in case you would do it slower, you have to remember that it's important to apply Q first, because Q is an auto-target ability that deals magic damage and marks enemies for 3.5 seconds. The mark causes LeBlanc's next damaging ability against the marked target to consume the mark, dealing the same magic damage again. So you can trigger your Q with W, E and ultimate. Q also deals bonus magic damage against minions, and refunds 100% of its mana cost with 30% of its remaining cooldown if either the orb or its mark's consumption kills the target. As for the passive, when LeBlanc drops below 40% max health, she creates a clone of herself, after which they both instantly become invisible for 1 second. What I like to do about the passive is to pretend that I'm a clone. Sometimes it makes enemies just chase the clone instead, and as you can see it works this time, and it allows you to wait for W cooldown, so you can just dash and escape through wall, for example, because you can W through walls. And the clone can cast basic attacks with no effects and lasts 8 seconds. And you can control the clone with your control key depending on settings. As for E, you fling a chain in a target direction that deals magic damage to the first enemy it hits, and it forms a tether between LeBlanc and the target for 1.5 seconds, during which they are reviewed, and if you remain in connection with the same target for 1.5 seconds in range of this ability, you're gonna deal magic damage the second time, and the damage will get increased while also rooting the target for 1.5 seconds, during which they are also reviewed. It's best to cast your E right after your W, when you are very close to the target, and then you just focus on being in range for full duration, and you can also use your E to trigger your Q mark in other case. You can also trigger mark of the Q by using mark from ultimate, if your recently casted ability before ultimate was Q, which I will explain right now. So the ultimate basically causes LeBlanc to cast a mimicked version of her most recently used basic ability, applying the same effects and dealing modified magic damage, and this is important for your combos. Keep in mind your W dash can be interrupted, and if it gets interrupted you won't deal damage with it. But in this case I was able to dodge Velvet. You should adapt your combo based on the situation. What you have to remember is to make sure you can sequence your abilities to reach certain goals. So for example, if you're chasing someone, it would be wise to have 2 dashes, which means you can W and ult, but the good trick that not many people use is to use W before the team fight. So you're gonna make W as your recently casted ability on ultimate, and then you can begin the combo without dash, which will allow you to do QW next and deal more damage. Following up with E. In other case, you should decide after using W if you got enough time to apply Q mark and then E, or if you have to E as fast as possible to make sure the target doesn't escape. You can try combos such as WQOT or W ult QE for damage, and if you got time to prepare your ultimate, then you can begin the combo without dash, then EQ and W again based on enemy's reaction. And sometimes while sieging the turret, you can just poke enemy ADC without Q, with WQ, ult and D, and then you're just gonna return to your W. And as you could see, I combined my E with W while keeping distance, and that way I outplayed my enemy. Generally, I recommend relying more on combos with dashes, because if you do WQE against multiple enemies, you won't be able to use the dash on ult, and this will make you vulnerable to getting caught. W and ult. W is also a great way to damage multiple enemies gathered in one place. It's also good for clearing minions faster, and LeBlanc's clear is not so good. So it's also important to damage both your enemy and minions to outpush. And you should be paying attention if your W is available, because you don't wanna engage just to get caught. You can also be creative with your W and OW, because you can choose where to return based on the initial place where you have casted these abilities. And you can just switch places by pressing either W or Alt W. And as LeBlanc, you should be also roaming a lot, so make sure to push the wave first and then follow up your jungler or gank top or bot lane. Especially bot lane, because there are 2 potential targets, so it's easier to get fed. Got him. So I'm gonna wait with my W now. I might need it for damage part. Okay, that's fine too. He's dead. As you could see, my auto attack was following up, so this also made it possible to finish him off. And we're gonna back like this. I've got my Dark Seal stacked. So Luden's Magic Pen and next Storm Surge. But actually we've got Magi stacked, so I can go like this. W to reach the lane faster. Got her. And we can return like this, so you just choose depending on situation. Nope. Just in time. Oh, he stole Caitlyn's ult.
Coins better saved.
I might kill Kaisa. That was worth a try. Right after I saw Nautilus wasting his hook, else I wouldn't go in.
Killing spree.
Lies are like roses. Marvel too long at the bloom, and one may miss the thorns.
An ally has been slain. An ally has been slain.
Okay, I'm gonna return onto the mid lane because Caitlyn died. Oh, see that damage? I knew I was still in range. Yeah, he dashed as I thought he would. That didn't hit me, but okay. It's pretty typical for Nautilus hook. Actually, he's 0-6, I'm not gonna overcommit.
Part of any path.
Not even gonna try to poke Nautilus. I'm gonna keep my damage for low HP. Herbie is trying to bait me for Velvet, like I have mentioned. 0-6, we do not go in, not worth it. Unless this happens, then why not? I rushed a bit with my chain this time. Oh, he died without the use of chain. Remember to press QW at once. The E made sense because Velvet has damage reduction, so just to make sure. And you knew I had good amount of time because I was low HP, so this time I could not calculate with my chain if it's worth using or not.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Okay, so right after using W, I've got my ult now, and that is making a difference. So if you have it like this, you can begin your combo with ult. We're actually gonna have to keep it for team fights. So if you're just gonna clear, then it's different. I'm gonna show you now, keeping this out like this, I'm gonna begin ult combo. So now I use my W, so I can begin with ult instead. I have to wait for Nasus or else this wouldn't work. See? This is so good when you have this combo, it's so OP, but you actually have to prepare that. I do not see it often, not many people do it like this. I overextended, but I knew there's Zac. Else I don't even go in. So pay attention to your allies if they can follow or not. Now I don't have to risk dying, as I'm low HP, so I just go like this. I have so much gold to spend. My team can do fine pushing, so I just go for these two items. If there are tanks only, you can skip Storm Surge and just go for Shadow Flame.
I am the answer to every question anyone has ever asked.
An enemy has been slain.
You have to keep in mind to always have your W, at least from ultimate, to make an escape, and if you use your ult first, then you're gonna be really flexible with the next move. See, and she's dead. So you wanna engage like this. Always prepare your W first, so you're gonna be able to just ultimate.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Ally
Okay,
has been slain.
there's no point. Can't be helped. That's the bait. Oh, it's Silas teleporting.
Up is down and right is day.
Yeah, Emilia is fine. Nasus actually chasing. Nice.
Enemy double kill.
Moment, Kai'Sa killed them.
Secrets are coins better saved than spent.
Oh, a team fight started earlier. Nice. Let's go. And they surrendered. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. And I hope that you learned something on how to play LeBlanc. You can like and subscribe, and if you are interested in my coaching, you can contact me on Discord in the description by sending me a message. This will help you in getting better and climbing faster on ranked. You can also check out my other videos and my stream, and see you next time.